Every morning when you open your eyes, the battle begins.
Before the sun even rises, a silent voice whispers, "Stay a little longer in bed. You deserve rest." Every morning, before the world demands your attention, before the phone rings, before the noise
Of life surrounds you, something sacred happens. The mind awakens, and in that first quiet moment of consciousness, a battle begins. Not outside you, but within you. It is a battle between purpose and passivity, between drive and delay, between the voice that says rise, and the one that whispers stay. That invisible struggle determines the outcome of your day long before your feet touch the floor. The truth is, every great victory begins in the mind. Your thoughts are the generals of your actions. If they are weak, your day collapses. If they are strong, your world obeys. Laziness is not just a physical state, it is a mindset, a quiet surrender that begins when you allow your thoughts to drift without command. The person who wins the morning is not the one who sleeps the longest, but the one who decides what their mind will believe before the world gives it instructions. The battle begins in the mind because every excuse, every hesitation, every "I'll do it later" is born there. The body simply obeys the mind's orders when the mind says, "I am tired." The body lies down when the mind says, "I can't." The hands drop. But when the mind says, "I will," even the weakest body finds new strength. You see, victory is not in muscles, it is in mindset. You don't need to fight laziness by trying harder. You defeat it by thinking stronger. The moment you open your eyes, your first thought decides your day's direction. Most people wake up and immediately give control to the world. They check messages, scroll through noise, and let the thoughts of others invade their minds before they've even met themselves. They begin the day reacting instead of ruling. But the disciplined person, the one who destroys laziness, starts differently. They pause, they breathe, they take charge of their mind before the day begins. Tell yourself this truth every morning: my mind is my battlefield, my thoughts are my soldiers, I choose victory today. Don't wait for motivation, it won't come from comfort. It comes from command. Command your mind to rise, command it to focus, command it to act. Speak to your thoughts before your thoughts speak to you. Because the mind is like a wild horse. If you don't direct it, it will drag you where you don't want to go. The reason most people lose the day is not because they are lazy at heart, but because they never took control of their mind at dawn. They let the first thought of fear, doubt, or distraction set the tone for everything that follows. But those who understand the power of the mind know this secret. If you win the first 10 minutes of your day, you win the next 16 hours. So when you wake up tomorrow, do not start by reacting, start by declaring. Say out loud today, "I take control of my mind. My thoughts will serve my goals. My focus will serve my purpose." This is not empty affirmation. This is mental armor, because words spoken with conviction shape your reality. The moment your mind believes your command, your energy rises, your clarity returns, and laziness dissolves like fog before the morning sun. Every champion, every visionary, every person who left a mark on the world learned this. Discipline is born in the mind long before it appears in action. The body may feel tired, but the mind decides whether to stand or stay down. The morning is your proving ground. If you can train your mind at sunrise, you will carry strength throughout the day. So remember, every morning when you wake, you are not simply rising from sleep. You are stepping onto the battlefield of destiny. The victory is not in the tasks you do later, but in the thoughts you choose first. Command your mind, and laziness will flee. Begin your day with power, and no force of weakness will hold you down.
Because the moment you win your mind, you have already won your morning. And once you win your morning, your whole life begins to change. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality. Every person desires success, comfort, or greatness, but desire alone has never built anything lasting. The world is full of people who wanted to change, who hoped for more, who dreamed loudly but moved slowly. The truth is simple. Desire gives birth to intention, but discipline gives birth to results. The lazy person waits for the right feeling. The disciplined person acts despite the wrong feeling. That single difference separates those who merely wish from those who win. Laziness is not always obvious. It does not always look like doing nothing. Sometimes it hides behind good excuses. I'll start when I have time. I'm too tired today. Tomorrow will be better. But every excuse is a thief disguised as reason. It steals time, energy, and opportunity, one day at a time. Discipline destroys these thieves because discipline doesn't ask how you feel. It asks what you've decided. When your actions are anchored in decision, not emotion, you become unstoppable. You cannot wait for motivation to arrive each morning. Motivation is a guest. It comes and goes. Discipline is a resident. It stays even when the house of your emotions shakes. Discipline is not loud or glamorous. It's quiet, consistent, and patient. It doesn't demand applause, only obedience. And the miracle is this: every small act of discipline creates strength for the next one. When you choose to rise early, to work when you'd rather rest, to focus when distractions call your name, you build invisible muscles of mastery that one day show visible results. The most successful people are not necessarily the most talented. They are the most consistent. Talent without discipline is like fire without fuel. It burns brightly for a moment, then dies. Discipline is the fuel that keeps the fire of purpose alive. When others stop, discipline pushes you to take one more step. When others complain, discipline reminds you that the price of success is paid in daily installments. There will always be moments when your body resists, when your mind whispers, you deserve a break. But in that very moment, you must understand, the desire for comfort is temporary, but the reward of discipline is eternal. The pain of discipline lasts for minutes. The pain of regret lasts for years. Choose the smaller pain today to avoid the greater pain tomorrow. Because discipline may hurt now, but laziness destroys later. Discipline is not a punishment, it's protection. It shields you from the chaos of indecision, from the weakness of inconsistency. It gives your life structure, direction, and strength. The disciplined person does not wait for inspiration to knock. They create it through motion. When you move, clarity comes. When you act, energy appears. You don't need to feel ready. You need to begin. Readiness is born in doing. Each morning, tell yourself, I am not led by feelings. I am led by purpose. You don't need to feel motivated to act. You need to act until motivation grows. Your feelings are followers, not leaders. Once you understand this, you take control of your life. Discipline becomes your daily partner, silent, loyal, and strong. When you commit to doing what must be done regardless of mood, you begin to trust yourself. You realize that your word means something. And that trust becomes power. Each promise kept to yourself becomes a brick in the foundation of confidence. Soon you will look back and see that the things which once felt hard have become habits. That is the true reward of discipline. It transforms effort into identity. So destroy laziness by replacing it with disciplined action. Wake up with purpose, not permission. Move first, think later. Because every disciplined morning becomes a victorious day, and every victorious day becomes a victorious life. The one who rules over desire and chooses discipline becomes a master of destiny. Remember this truth: success doesn't come to those who feel like it. It comes to those who do it anyway. Every great transformation begins with a simple ritual. The way you start your morning determines the rhythm of your entire day. If you wake with purpose, the hours that follow will carry the fragrance of that purpose. But if you wake without direction, the day will control you instead of you controlling the day. Morning is not just the beginning of time, it is the foundation of momentum. And momentum, once built, destroys laziness before it even has a chance to speak. A purposeful morning is not about doing everything, it's about doing the right things first. It is the sacred hour where you choose clarity over confusion, focus over frenzy, and strength over slumber. Most people stumble into their mornings like wanderers, checking their phones, scrolling through distractions, reacting to messages before they have even met their own thoughts. They begin the day as servants to chaos. But those who rise with purpose command their world before the world commands them. The secret lies in ritual, small, powerful habits repeated daily until they shape your identity. A purposeful morning routine is like tuning an instrument. It aligns your mind, body, and spirit to the right frequency. Begin by waking up at a consistent time. Do not let the alarm be an enemy. Let it be a trumpet that declares, "My mission begins." When you open your eyes, sit up immediately. This single act of discipline breaks the first chain of laziness. The first few minutes of your morning are the most critical. They set the emotional and mental temperature of your entire day. Fill them with power, not passivity. Begin with silence or prayer, allowing your thoughts to align. This is the moment to remind yourself who you are and what you are fighting for. Then move your body. Physical motion awakens inner motion. It tells your mind, we are ready to work, we are alive. A body in motion ignites a mind in motion. After movement, feed your mind, read something inspiring, even a few lines that lift your spirit. Don't rush into the noise of the world. The news, the notifications, the endless scrolling, they drain your focus before you've even built it. Instead, protect your first hour like a treasure chest. Fill it with actions that elevate, not drain, your energy. This is your training ground, your preparation zone for greatness. Then write or declare your goals for the day. Speak them with conviction. A written goal is a map. A spoken goal is a command. When you declare your intentions, your subconscious mind begins to align your thoughts, words, and actions with that vision. You start living by design, not by default. Every task throughout the day becomes a step towards something meaningful, not just an endless list of duties. You may not see the results instantly, but consistency is the secret. One purposeful morning may not change your life, but 1,000 will. Over time, your rituals create your reality. The mind begins to expect productivity. The body begins to crave motion, and laziness loses its home. The person who once struggled to rise becomes the person who cannot imagine wasting a morning. A purposeful morning also creates emotional resilience. When you start strong, setbacks lose their power. Challenges may come, but your inner state remains anchored. You become proactive instead of reactive. You don't chase peace, you bring it into your day. So never underestimate the power of what you do in those first waking moments. The way you rise reflects how you live. A purposeful morning is not a routine of chores. It's a declaration of intent. It says, I am the master of my time, the captain of my focus, and the guardian of my destiny. Build this routine, protect it fiercely, and repeat it daily until it becomes as natural as breathing. Because the truth is, when you fill your mornings with intention, there will be no room left for laziness. The day will belong to you, and eventually, so will your life every morning. The first words you speak are like seeds planted in the soil of your day. They carry power, direction, and energy. Words are not empty sounds, they are creative forces. The way you speak to your day shapes how your day speaks back to you. Many people wake up and let circumstances dictate their mood, saying things like, "I'm tired," or "I don't feel like working today." And without realizing it, those words become commands that their mind and body obey. The day becomes exactly what they declared: heavy, slow, unmotivated. But when you learn to speak life, strength, and purpose into your morning, laziness loses its voice and power takes its place. Every word carries energy. When you say, "I can," your body finds strength. When you say, "I will," your mind looks for a way. When you say, "I must," your spirit awakens. But when you say, "I can't, it's too hard," or "maybe later," you have already accepted defeat before the day has even begun. Your tongue becomes either a tool of victory or a weapon of destruction. The wise person guards their words like treasure, especially in the morning when their mind is most open and impressionable. Speaking to your day is not about pretending that everything is perfect. It's about commanding your attitude in the face of imperfection. You may wake up tired, but you can still say, "Today, I will move with strength." You may not feel ready, but you can still declare, "I am prepared for whatever comes." These are not lies. They are decisions. When you speak with conviction, your mind aligns itself with your declaration. You begin to believe, and what you believe begins to manifest in your actions. The world responds to the tone of your spirit. If you approach the day with complaint, it mirrors back frustration. If you approach with gratitude and determination, it unfolds with opportunity. Every morning, stand before your mirror or sit in silence and speak to your day. Tell it who is in charge. Say, "Today, I will not waste time. I will focus. I will build. I will grow." This practice may seem small, but it rewires the brain. Your mind becomes trained to follow the direction of your words, and your emotions follow your mind. You must understand that your mouth can awaken your spirit. The energy you project in the morning becomes the fuel that powers your productivity. That is why those who speak positively, boldly, and faithfully tend to accomplish more. They start from a place of strength. Their words ignite action. Words are like sparks that set fire to determination. When spoken with purpose, they can burn away the fog of laziness and doubt. So make it a habit. Before touching your phone, before checking the world, check your words. Take a deep breath and begin your declarations. Speak strength into your body. Speak focus into your mind. Speak peace into your heart. Say, "This is the day I will create progress. This is the day I will overcome excuses. This is the day I will move closer to my destiny." Don't wait for life to tell you how the day will go. Tell life how it will go. The most powerful people are not just thinkers, they are speakers. They shape their inner and outer world through words that carry purpose. The one who controls their speech controls their spirit, and the one who controls their spirit controls their future. Every morning, give your day a name. Call it productive, call it powerful, call it blessed. When you do, you invite that reality to manifest. So tomorrow morning, when your eyes open and the temptation to stay in bed creeps in, open your mouth instead. Speak to your day before laziness speaks to you. Declare victory before the struggle begins. Because when your words are filled with life, your day will be filled with motion. Speak boldly, and you will live boldly. Speak with power, and laziness will never find a home in your day again. The body and the spirit are deeply connected. When one moves, the other awakens. Most people think laziness is a matter of willpower alone, but often it is not the spirit that is weak. It is the body that is still asleep. The moment you move your body, something powerful happens inside you. Your energy rises, your mind clears, and your emotions begin to align. Physical motion is the key that unlocks mental and spiritual momentum. A stagnant body keeps the mind dull, but a body in motion sets the spirit on fire. When you wake up in the morning, your body is caught between rest and action. It's easy to stay in that halfway state, comfortable but unproductive. That's where laziness lives, in the space between knowing you should rise and actually rising. The only way to cross that space is movement. Even the smallest motion, sitting up, stretching, taking a deep breath signals to your brain the day has begun. That simple act of movement breaks the chain of hesitation. From that moment, momentum begins to build, and once momentum takes over, laziness loses its grip. You see, energy does not appear first in the mind, it appears in the body. When your body starts moving, your heart pumps faster, blood flows stronger, oxygen reaches the brain, and suddenly thoughts become sharper. The mind that felt heavy a minute ago becomes light. The body that resisted now responds with strength. That is why people who exercise regularly often seem more focused and positive. They have learned that motion fuels motivation. You don't wait to feel good to move, you move to feel good. When you choose to move your body early in the morning, you are not just exercising muscles, you are training your mind. Every push, every stretch, every breath says, I am stronger than my excuses. Laziness whispers, stay still, but discipline answers, watch me rise. Movement becomes more than physical, it becomes spiritual warfare. Every drop of sweat is a declaration that your purpose is stronger than your comfort. Every step forward says, my body is my servant, not my master. This does not mean you must begin with heavy workouts or long routines. Start simply. Walk around your room, stretch your arms, breathe deeply, feel your heartbeat. Let your body remind your mind that you are alive. As you make this a daily habit, it becomes a ritual of renewal. The body that once resisted will start to crave that feeling of energy, and soon, what once felt like effort will become joy. When you move, you also move your emotions. The heaviness of sadness, procrastination, or fear cannot survive in a body filled with motion. Have you noticed that after a short walk or a few minutes of exercise, problems that seemed huge feel smaller? That's because physical movement changes your mental chemistry. It awakens hope. The mind and spirit begin to believe again, and belief is the enemy of laziness. So every morning, do not ask yourself if you feel like moving, just move. Whether it's stretching, praying while walking, or even standing by your window to breathe fresh air, do something that reminds your body and mind that you are not ruled by sleep or stillness. Those few moments of activity set the tone for everything else. You begin the day in motion, and motion attracts progress. A motionless morning breeds a motionless mind, but a moving body creates a moving spirit. And once your spirit begins to move, nothing can stop it. That's why those who rise and move early often seem unstoppable. Their bodies ignite their souls, and their souls drive their purpose. Tomorrow, when the alarm rings, don't fight the bed, move your hand, your arm, your legs, your whole being. Don't think, just move, because the moment your body begins to move, your inner power awakens. Laziness cannot survive in a moving soul. Motion is the language of life, and the one who learns to move each morning will never remain stuck again. Each morning is a new beginning, a fresh chapter waiting to be written. The way you start it determines the story it will tell. Gratitude and vision are two forces that can destroy laziness at its roots, because they shift your focus from what you lack to what you already have, and from where you are to where you are going. Laziness thrives in blindness. When you cannot see your blessings or your purpose, you lose your drive. But the moment you open your eyes to gratitude and fix your gaze on vision, something powerful awakens inside you. Energy returns, hope ignites, purpose comes alive. Gratitude is the fire that burns away excuses. When you wake up and thank the universe, God, or life itself for giving you another day, you are declaring that this moment has meaning. You begin to realize that being alive is a gift, and gifts are not to be wasted. A lazy person sees the morning as a burden. A grateful person sees it as an opportunity. Gratitude transforms I have to into I get to. You no longer drag yourself through the day, you move with appreciation. And appreciation multiplies energy. Start every morning with a few quiet moments of thankfulness. Before touching your phone, close your eyes and whisper thanks for your breath, your body, your mind, your family, your strength, even your struggles. Because every challenge you have survived has shaped the person you are today. Gratitude clears the fog of negativity and opens your eyes to what is already working in your life. And when your heart is full of thanks, laziness has no room to enter. A grateful heart cannot be heavy, it lifts itself. But gratitude alone is not enough. You must pair it with vision. Vision gives direction to your energy.
It is the picture of what you are becoming, the reason you rise, the purpose that fuels your discipline.
Without vision, even the most grateful person can drift. Vision turns appreciation into action. It whispers, you have been blessed, now do something with those blessings. Every morning, after giving thanks, set your eyes on your future. See yourself becoming the person you are meant to be. Imagine the work finished, the goal achieved, the life transformed. Vision awakens desire, but not the lazy kind of desire that waits, the kind that moves. It tells your mind there is more to reach for. It pulls you out of bed when comfort calls you back. Vision reminds you that today is not just another day, it is a step toward destiny. When you can see your future clearly, laziness becomes unnatural. You cannot sleep through a calling, you cannot be comfortable when your purpose is waiting. So each morning, combine these two powers, gratitude and vision. Let gratitude fill your heart and vision focus your eyes. Say, thank you for this day, and then ask, what can I build with it? Feel thankful for what is, but hungry for what can be. Gratitude keeps you grounded, vision keeps you growing. Together, they make you unstoppable. You may have 1,000 reasons to feel tired, but gratitude will remind you of the one reason to rise. You may have fears about tomorrow, but vision will remind you why you cannot quit today. Gratitude gives you peace in the present, vision gives you passion for the future. And when peace and passion meet, laziness dies quietly. So tomorrow morning, before the noise of the world begins, sit for a moment. Breathe deeply, whisper thanks for what you have, then close your eyes and see what you are becoming. Let that vision fill you with purpose until it pulls you out of bed with excitement. Because when your heart is grateful and your eyes are focused, your spirit becomes unstoppable. And when the spirit is awake, laziness has nowhere left to live.